We've lost all aroma of foreplay.
We've gotten too familiar.
Yeah, we don't have foreplay anymore. We just go into these.
We're just too familiar.
I didn't even get to check what I look like. Production was like, I'm stripping her of her rights. She crashes out every time, and I don't have the energy today. So yeah,
you look
my
great.
Third crash out of the whole year. It's a Taurus full moon. I do sometimes. I am having a crash out, but in a good way about my appearance. Track with me here.
Okay.
Don't comment on the unhealthiness of this. All right. This is a different podcast. So I like jokingly gave myself 12 months to live about three weeks ago, like just to play around with the idea. Don't fucking laugh.
I'm taking this very seriously.
And I was like, you know what? How would I live if I had 12 months to live?
Oh.
And then I was like, I don't give a fuck. I can just be mid. I can be ugly as shit. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care that my ex's ex is stalking to see if I'm uglier than them. Fucking spoiler alert, bitch. I am.
Oh.
You know what's crazy is I'm actually probably dumber than you too. But
are y'all hearing this?
Yeah, we're mic'd up. They can hear us. This is our podcast. But my philosophy here is like, I just don't care anymore. I want to eat Taco Bell. I want to have a Baja Blast.
Yeah.
I want to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes.
I don't want to care about my fucking forehead. I'm so tired.
You're going to be annoyed with my response.
Caring about my fucking forehead. I'm going to crash out. What?
That I have never not enjoyed Taco Bell Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I don't give a fuck about my forehead. I think that welcome to living life and caring less.
I just don't care anymore.
Take yourself less seriously. How many times have I said this?
No, I'm just going to be ugly and proud, and
but you're not
going to
ugly.
give a shit
you guys,
anymore.
This is wild as hell.
They literally, no. Let me tell you. This woman loves me more than the air in her fucking lungs. I know it to be true. But when she's like, I'm going to take a picture of you, she will be... Shrek, honestly, is more flattering.
Oh, my
But I love you. I know
God.
that it's probably just my perception.
It is.
It is.
It is.
That was meant to be loving. I'm so sorry.
You're beautiful.
It came off that way.
You're beautiful.
But I don't care anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, puppers.
We have a guest.
Hi, baby.
From a tranquil alpine valley situated in the Sangre de Cristos mountains of New Mexico comes one of the highest elevation distilleries in America. Sitting at just below 9,000 feet, Red River Distillery is proud to offer you their spirits. And they're now available all throughout the great state of Texas by way of Greenlight Distributing. Red River Distillery, because you deserve quality and you deserve quality time.
I'm sorry, I stepped on him. He's so cute. So how are you today? Just great?
No, it's fine.
Living like it's your... Who wrote a song about that? Is that... there's a country song about that.
Keith Whitley?
Live like you were dying.
Live like you were dying.
Yeah. Have you gotten on any bulls?
7 seconds on a bull named Baloo Manchu.
Manchu, yeah.
Manchu.
Yeah.
No, I don't have access to any bulls.
Oh, we should make that happen.
No, I don't. That's not my tax bracket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
No, I think that there are people that have access to bulls that we can, that can happen. I don't think you have to.
I probably could. I did. It's a Taurus super full moon.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Can you? What's the actual phrase? It's the beaver nugget.
So the beaver nugget, the beaver super moon is in Taurus.
Yeah,
it is happening. The vibes are vibing. It was the closest moon in 2025 to the Earth, so the energetic pull from the moon is stronger than any other full moon this year. Taurus is very much rooted in earthy, grounding, pleasure, cozy, what feels good, what makes you feel stable. Money, finances,
I don't feel
abundance.
Any of those. I don't feel stable at all. Well, I am a Taurus, for those of you wondering.
So the full moon is very agitating in that if it's rooted in that area and you're not feeling grounded in that area, like if you don't feel cozy and abundant, then like the full moon is going to irritate your spirit to figure out how to walk in that capacity more. And so like anything that has felt messy to me has been really disruptive. Like I want to organize everything. Like I want to get rid of everything. I want to declutter. I want to like budget, which is wild as hell. So you know that has to be the full moon energy. That is not my nature.
It's the beaver.
Yeah, because I'm a Sagittarius. So I'm all like, It's going to shake out. We don't have to plan.
Is it officially Sag season?
Nope. It's still Scorpio season right now.
I'm
So
Scorpio
it's still
rising.
sexy.
Yeah, I don't feel sexy.
Are you Scorpio rising or Scorpio moon?
I'm actually Taurus, Scorpio.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So I'm Sagittarius, Taurus, Aries.
Wow.
You know, soulmates are supposed to have the same moon phase.
Yeah.
We're soulmates.
The Aries part in there really throws me for a loop.
Does it?
It does. It does.
Like 2 fire signs are surprising?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't necessarily like as a mutable all the way through like love that alignment. But I can feel the moon. I did get in an altercation on the way here driving to the podcast. We have this highway where we live called Highway 51. And it lovingly goes from 2 lanes to 1 lane. I'm looking at Chance in production because I know he knows the exact spot that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Someone behind me in this souped up $95,000 Yukon. My lane ended. Where the fuck did she want me to go?
In the city.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
you should drive a Yukon.
She moved here from the city, and I am being a hater.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't let me merge. Then she has the audacity to
God.
honk at me because my lane ends. So me being the cunt that I am,
Yeah. What'd you do?
I went a little forward, and I don't know why it irritated my fucking soul, man. So I stopped my car, and I opened my door, and I got out of highway.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
You got out your car.
I was so
Oh, my
mad.
God.
And I literally whipped around to this bitch holding her Starbucks. And I said, what do you want me to do? My fucking lane ends. And she was like, clutching her pearls. Like, welcome to fucking Wise County. So then I flipped her off. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching. I'm so sorry.
No,
I forget.
she's supportive.
My mom probably would be supportive.
Yeah.
So then I flipped her off and I got back in my car and I went really slow to accelerate out. Swear to God. Oh my God. And then I had to hard brake about half a mile forward because someone jetted out and I was like, it's going to be my day.
I love that.
It's going to be my day. If you're watching, person that did that to me, I want you to hear me wholeheartedly when I say from the bottom of my soul, I'm not fucking sorry. Like I'm not.
Well, the good news is that Ponyboy got her crash out served prior to recording today. So you don't have to crash out on air.
Yeah, I'm not going to crash out on air.
You got it. You worked it out. You worked it out.
This time.
Y'all, last recording, after the recording, she had a heart-to-heart with me the next day, and I had to convince her that she is still loving and amazing just because she told somebody to touch grass.
I didn't have the full context, and I would like that on air and on record. And we have since created a code word system.
Oh, what was the code word? What is it?
Blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
Because there have been other situations where I would give anything to have had a code word to get her to shut the fuck up.
I just don't understand why you don't give me the look, like the mom look, or just
You don't ever
anything.
hold eye contact with me long enough for me to do anything. So this weekend, we were serving up Red River Brewery and Distillery.
Shout out.
Chance hooked us up so we could participate in the Swirl event to celebrate Megan's new store. And one of the people that came in that I was so excited to pour for was somebody that had like I don't even want to call it a date. It was just like a thing, right?
Yeah,
kind of like a momentary situation.
Like a wrinkle in time.
Enough to make it a little awkward, right? That
To
he
which
was there with somebody else.
To which I picked up.
Which I'm
on
super
none of
happy
it.
for, because obviously like the vibes weren't vibing. So I'm so glad that there is somebody that he's vibing with. But Megan was like, oh my God, you guys are such a beautiful couple. Where are you from? How long have you lived here? Oh my God, get in there with Megan. Let's take a picture. Oh my God, get closer.
I said, where did you guys meet? How long have you been married? I hate myself. I swear to God, I hate myself.
And then we took a picture together. And
I took a picture.
So sweet and precious.
Yeah, it was great. It was lovely.
Yeah. Good times.
All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah.
Blueberry fucking
Blueberry
muffin, man.
muffin.
Like blueberry
Next time I'm
muffin,
going to be
man.
like, hey, do you happen to have any blueberry muffins? How do I slide that in without it being like...
Yeah. Oh my God, have you tried the new blueberry muffin latte from The
Oh.
coffee shop down the street.
I need to be more.
You need to lie better.
Yeah, I
You're
do.
really bad at it. And then the poor, sweet, wonderful female, like, did
She's
finally...
like, we're just seeing each other.
Like 10 minutes later, like you couldn't have said that 10 minutes ago after I'm like, oh my God, do you have kids? Where do you guys live at? Did you build your house or did you buy? Like, was it move-in ready? Who'd you finance through? What was your interest rate?
It was lovely.
Where's
Good
your
time.
honeymoon?
Good times.
Yeah.
It was great.
No one wears wedding rings anymore. So it's like real easy for me to be like, oh, everyone is married.
I loved it. It was good. It was good times. But that ended up being a really fun event.
It did. No, it was an amazing event. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Red River, for the spirits. You brought the spirit. It was very funny because I would like wave people into the shop and I'd be like, oh my gosh, we have free spirit samples. And
Yeah,
they were
we've
like,
got the
"What's-"
good shit.
Oh, they were like, what's a spirit? And I was like, it's a fun way to say booze. Do you want free booze?
And they're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, dark
Hell yeah.
liquor. And I'm like, yeah, come.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was so much fun.
It was really sweet. Thank you so much for sponsoring that and giving us the goods. And we had people were really receptive to it, especially women.
Yeah.
I'm not a liquor connoisseur gal of any.
We're trying. We keep talking about being better
Keep
at,
trying.
because I want to be your father figure, you know?
Yeah.
I want to drink that brown
check's
liquor.
bigger.
Outside of tequila. I want to be able to drink whiskey.
Tequila,
I'm
yeah.
attempting again in this moment.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It does the job.
I'm trying. I accidentally had a Cutwater. I thought it was a seltzer. Strong as hell. My tummy burns. The marketing on these cans, they all look the same. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Can the
that's fair.
audience see?
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Look at this. This is a seltzer water. This is 13% alcohol. 13%. You're supposed to fucking cut it. That's why it's called cut water. It shouldn't come in a can. But they look, I mean, if you're grabbing something from the fridge in a hurry, they look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they don't ever end up in my kid's lunchbox, I'm fine.
It would happen to us.
Yeah, it would.
Like
100%.
literally happen to us. But what's sad is that my daughter would probably like chug the whole thing and she'd be like really proud of herself.
If I ever borrow a bag, please make sure there's not like a pre-roll in the front pocket before you take it to school, babe.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because we don't live in we don't do that. So that wouldn't happen to us. 'Cause
Oh, that's
we
weird.
don't-
I do.
We don't
That's
live
crazy.
in a state where that's allowed.
I don't have anybody that I have to pretend for. So
Yeah.
I'm going to just say I do partake. And
No,
it's fine.
you're not
Yeah.
going to say that. No, she's not going to
Blueberry
say that.
muffin.
A blueberry fucking muffin. Okay. Speaking of self-awareness,
Yeah.
which apparently I have none in public.
You,
which is good
no,
to-
you have self-awareness. You're
No,
just-
I don't. I also was asking people to slap me.
You were. You went hard on
I
that.
really wanted someone to slap me at the event to do like a hurricane shot to go viral for Red River. I thought that would be so
The
funny.
panic in people's eyes
I
when
don't-
she was like, no, just hit me.
No, fucking
just
clock me.
Slap me. Do it. I want you to slap me.
I asked
People are like-
men, women, children. None of them would slap me.
He was like, you have to stop telling people to slap
I
you.
literally almost called my ex-husband. I was like, where are you at? I need this for a video. I was like, I know you're the man for the job. You will show up and help me out. I didn't, though. I'm very nice and kind.
I don't know. You've never been more annoyed with me whenever I was like, absolutely not. I can't
So
slap you.
annoyed.
You were like,
Fucking
man up.
pussy. Like you were being a pussy. I was
I'm not
like,
going to slap you.
why?
I don't want to slap you.
It was
I can't do it.
what if we would have gotten $100,
No, it would have to be more.
$200,
More.
$500?
I'd slap you for 1,000.
We could have made that. We could have made that.
There are no guarantees.
We easily could have made $1,000 if you would have clocked me, but
no
you
guarantees.
wouldn't commit.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
So yeah, self-awareness. I'm not
Yeah,
very good
self-awareness.
at it. But it is the topic of today, I think. I don't even know anymore.
No, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And we actually have an Instagram video that we're going to share with you guys that kind of inspired. This is something that has come up before. I think we talk a lot about how popular therapy terms are kind of overutilized and simplified. But also, I think it's really interesting to think about how we tend to use diagnoses, symptomology over intellectualizing struggle as a shield in and of itself.
Yeah. And I think one thing that the video will touch on that I relate to a lot is that sometimes you view yourself as an enigma or something to be studied versus a human and a person.
Yeah.
And that can be really crippling in your progress. So that's really why I sent you the video. I was like,
I love
we
it.
should talk about this.
Yeah, let's do it. Cue the video.
I have become over therapized. I feel like you get to the place where you can almost know yourself too well and you can intellectualize. I can almost see myself as a thing to be studied and not a person that's feeling emotions in the moment. And so, to be honest, I've tried to know myself less and feel more.
You're hitting on something that I think I've been toying with. I've often found that my quickest way out of anxiety or ruminating or overthinking is to truly just try to stop having thoughts at all.
Yeah, like a great example. Randomly, I was sitting in bed a couple nights ago, and then I start like sweating and I'm like having a panic attack. In my mind, I was like, I can do two things. I can either try and understand why I'm anxious, which isn't going to help, or I can let my body do it and run off of the cliff of anxiety and let it go. The freedom of just going with it has been really powerful for me. And it's also released me from the pressure of having to have so many answers about myself all the time.
I love it. Good stuff. Okay. I love so many things about that. And I think I want to touch on, and then I want you to kind of run with it.
This chair needs a collagen supplement so bad. I'm so sorry.
Squeaky.
I gotta get it some sea moss.
That's so funny.
Anyway.
Some WD-40.
I'm so sorry. It's a wonderful chair.
It is a good chair. You look great in it. You look so beautiful in that chair. Okay, so this is actually something that I talk about in my office as a therapist often, because so many people come in seeking a diagnosis or seeking a label. And so sometimes early on in my therapeutic encounters, I will talk about, why do you want to name it? Do you want to name it to separate yourself from it? Do you want to name it to understand yourself, to offer compassion to yourself? Is this a path to healing, or is this just justification to continue in the maladaptive capacity that you found yourself, right? Like a diagnosis can be over intellectualized, and it can serve as armor or a shield to avoid actual connection or with self mostly, right? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes intellectualizing or seeing yourself as something to be studied, like she says, really just disintegrates that connectivity that you need to really be vulnerable and to heal and to feel the emotions, because we have emotions for a reason. One of my favorite little nuggets of information is that every tear is molecularly structured differently. Molecularly. I think I added like a little molecularly structured differently based on the emotion that it's born from. And I think that in and of itself is evidence that tears, emotions are necessary, right? Like regulated does not mean without emotion.
Warren G.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I had in mind. But being able to experience and feel and then find regulation again, and to not project or to not shove down or to not suppress, I think is an important component of experiencing emotions, not just naming them or studying them, right? Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always been, like, unfortunately self-aware. I think probably a lot of people would look at me on this podcast and watch these videos and be like, God, she has no self-awareness. I actually have a crippling amount of self-awareness.
You have a lot of self-awareness.
So, yeah, that's why I always said, like, my haters don't even have to tell me any of the hate. I'm fully aware. But for a really long time, molecular... for a really long time, which is a concept and made up anyway. I think I related a lot to the speaker that we just watched. I think Elise is her name. Elise Myers. We should shout her out.
You share a lot of her videos.
Mostly so that we don't get sued and copyrighted, because we love you. I can relate to that of it's actually okay to just feel less. And a lot of my problems in life would probably be solved if I would just feel less. Yeah. And I've started to. I've actually done a really great job over the last 7 to 8 months of my life to feel less and to not feel pressured to like answer a question right there on the spot or right away. Really take my time with some things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I've always felt kind of like I'm this enigma of self. Like, why am I the way that I am? Is probably not as important as how do I get to where I want to
be. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you get stuck in the discovery zone, right? Like, I feel like it's kind of, if you're a commentator on your own game of life rather than like being in the game, right? Like calling the plays and, keeping track of the stats, like that doesn't matter as much as being in it and experiencing life. I think
Do you think is that why maybe can you have a max on talk therapy? Like, can it get to the point? I don't know the answer. This isn't a guided question.
Yeah.
Like, can you get to the point where you've just been doing talk therapy for 5 years? I don't want to discourage anyone to
I
go to
don't hear
therapy,
that at
but can you go to talk therapy for 5 years and then finally get to the point where you're like, hey, like you're not doing anything different, and or like you just have to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. No, I celebrate when people, switch from weekly to biweekly to monthly to phasing off and just holler at me if you need me. Like, that is an incredible thing. Like, not needing to go to weekly therapy is wonderful. And I think that is ultimately the goal, is to equip people with skills and like understanding to where they can live their lives, right? Without feeling hijacked or like, oh my God, I've got to talk to Megan about this first. Like, I never want to create a dependency on therapy, right? And I will tell my clients, like, I will have a very honest conversation with my clients to be like, hey, I love you, but we have the same conversation every time you come in here, and I will hold that space for you for as long as you want. Like, I'm here for you. I will support you. I can be your sounding board. I can hold you accountable to the things that you have.
But it is costing you money.
Well, yeah, and it's
you're paying for this.
Yeah, this is an investment, and I want to make sure that you're aware of the fact that, like, if you don't put forth the actual action steps to make a change in your world, then you're just going to be ruminating on the same stuff that's hurting you or keeping you, like, it feels like gravity rather than you breaking free from the chains of whatever the struggle is.
Because we're soaring. It's a Breaking Free High School Musical reference.
Oh,
for
gotcha.
anyone.
Sorry, that missed me.
Yeah, it did.
Damn,
But you did
I'm so
get
sorry.
Warren G in Regulate, and
It's way more my brand than High School Musical.
I appreciate that. Where does self-awareness stem from?
What do you mean?
Like, is it ego-based? Is it non-ego-based? Like, where in the brain hierarchy does self-awareness stem from? Is it people do you develop it as a child? Does it come to you as a teen, an adult? Like, where does it start?
Yeah, I mean, developmentally, I think that we start out way more egocentric, right? Like, when we're younger, we feel like the world revolves around us, and we have to kind of poke holes in that to be able to have more meaningful human relationships later. But I tell people often that it's developmentally appropriate for a teenager to think the world revolves around them. Like, they're still figuring out that it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think that there are really humbling, hard moments when we get into, like, leaving the nest or breaking into our own realities as adults, that we're like, oh shit, the world doesn't revolve around me. And I think that I don't know that there's like a specific age that happens for everybody, because some people live like in these bubbles that feel really safe and protected. And so they have more naivete, or they have less capacity to get outside of themselves and think about other people's reality. And then unfortunately, sometimes when you experience trauma at a young age, it kind of dissolves that.
I was going to say, my follow-up question was, is it not a warning sign, but is it something for you to really divert your attention to if someone is young and has
exorbitant. So
beatboxing, an exorbitant amount of self-awareness?
Yeah. Well, I think we use Lennon as an example for this, right? Like, my daughter, she's more self-aware than her age probably would, like, require or allow, but she's also been through a lot, right? Like, unfortunately, at the age that she was when her dad and I got a divorce was tough, and she experienced a lot more of that unhealthy, toxic behavior on his part, and probably on my part during the end of our marriage, right? And she has like formidable memories of those things, and she is just pretty compassionate. She's really willing to speak truth into places where maybe she could not, but sometimes it's healthy, sometimes it's good. But she's very self-aware, and she uses a lot of language that is probably beyond her years. But I don't think it's something that we have to name as good or bad. I think it just is woven into the fabric of who she is, or who you and I both are, because of our separate experiences with trauma at younger ages, right? I wouldn't change most of the things that have happened to me in my life, because I think it has given me this capacity and framework to identify with or empathize with or understand other people's realities, even when I haven't experienced exactly what they've experienced, just because I have been through it in a few different ways or time periods.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
I appreciate the awareness, and I think balancing that self-awareness with otherness and recognizing that other people have their own experiences with life, and you and I could experience the same exact thing and have very different reactions to it, but being able to empathize and pause long enough to understand is important. And so when you're hyper fixated on your own awareness, like your own self-awareness or your own storyline, sometimes it diminishes your capacity to separate from self and understand where somebody else is coming from, right?
I think another really important call out on Elisa's story is that she is open about her late stage autism diagnosis as a female. So I think maybe there's probably a component.
I think that's huge.
Yeah, I think that is maybe huge in her.
Well, the idea of being perceived, right?
Is awful. I hate that.
And so constantly trying to pick apart and understand how other people see you
is the worst. I have nightmares about it. I hate it so much.
Yeah. And how have you found release from that?
So traditionally I have just ruined my life in various ways.
But in the last 8 months, when you feel like you've made some progress, what do you feel like helps you ground or get reintegrated from being completely terrified of people perceiving you?
I don't know. I think it's just really easy for me to detach from people, and that's probably not attractive, and it's probably not a topic that women maybe in my shoes are comfortable talking about. But when you spend 97% of your time wondering how people perceive you and your fear of that, it almost feels like freedom and a sigh of relief to just detach from that person, place, entity, being. I have struggled. 50% of me loves a small town. I grew up in a small town. I've always been a small town girl. 50% of me hates it because everywhere I go, somebody knows who I am. And I'm actually not the person that enjoys that. That's no disrespect to people that come up and say hi to me. I love you. I love people. I think they're wonderful. Every singular time that someone recognizes me as a person, it causes me
like panic a little bit.
It causes me anxiety. Like my pulse races and my palm sweats, and all of these things. I have like a physical, visceral reaction to being perceived or being recognized. But I think it can also be really trying. Like sometimes you like think all of these really bad things about yourself, and then sometimes some people close to you will say them, and it can be like you'll just kind of give up and retreat and retract and just.
So do you feel like you have successful moments when you're able to just kind of integrate and be like, no, I can trust myself. I can trust this person. Like, it's okay that they see all of me, the good, the bad, the dark and twisty, the shiny.
No, I've shown my real self to people, and they've not had great things to say about it.
Yeah. I think we all have dark parts of us, but you have successful relationships. You are a loved person, and I think it's hard for you to feel lovable, and so that may not feel true all the time, but I know I love you very much. Yeah. I think that the idea of being perceived is something I, at a very young age, was kind of fascinated by. I mean, I don't struggle with, I'm ADHD, not ADHD, right? So I've never had the fear of being perceived. I just find it quite fascinating that we all see things so differently. Like we can be looking at the same color, looking at the same sky, or reading the same novel and have wildly differing reactions or experiences with those things.
You're not wondering to yourself, am I seeing the right color sky?
No, because I don't think that there's a right.
Relieving.
I don't think that there's a right color sky.
Oh, okay.
I think we see what we see, right? Like I live in the gray, and I'm really, really comfortable there. Like I don't need black and white. I'm not incredibly justice oriented because I think it's all gonna be okay. Like it's naive and it's delusional, but it has gotten me through a lot of really hard shit, right? Yeah. So
we're trying to book a trip, and people in our group were nervous about the flights and TSA.
It's gonna be fine.
People are like, "Oh my goodness, are we gonna be able to get there?" And Megan's like, "No, it'll work out. It's fine. The government, they'll fire back up.
It's gonna be totally fine.
Stress about it."
Yeah, we have a month. It's gonna be fine. 3 weeks. It's gonna be fine.
We have 5 minutes.
I really do trust that it's going to be okay. Yeah. And if not, it's a great story.
I love that quality about you.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for it. I'm not really totally sure like how I latched on to that, because I do have a family, like like a long lineage of, I don't know that women in my family have ever been just like, it's going to be fine. It's going to totally shake out. Like I'm not, I think maybe Galen has an impact on like my stepdad, Popsy, my stepdad. He's just so chill and he's just like, yeah, we'll figure it out. Like, I think that has had an impact for sure. And I think there's just been probably a lot of times where I had it all planned out and it didn't fucking work out. And then I still survived. And so there's been a lot of exposure therapy, perhaps, that I've learned that even if I don't understand it all, or even if I can't control how that person perceives me or my intentions or like the frequency with which I vibrate, like I that's fine. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this week. Not this week.
That one really got
Listen,
production.
if anybody has any feedback on having a
production.
hypersensitive area and being ridiculously prone to UTIs, please offer me any feedback. And yes, I'm doing all the things. D-mannose and boric acid. And I don't know if it's like a perimenopausal thing or if it's because I started SEM. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening in my body, but it is not good. It's hard. That is an area that I really struggle with if you want to unpack it.
I actually am like, this is what we're choosing to unpack today. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I don't have anywhere. I had the Cutwaters are 13% alcohol. I just want everyone to know.
you had a fourth of it.
You
had a fourth of it.
Very strong.
One other thing that I think is kind of like on the other side of the same coin in the world of mental health is that sometimes when we go into therapy and when we start healing, right, and we've been chronic people pleasers and we've been hurt by the isolative tendency to set ourselves on fire to keep other people warm kind of thing, right? Like that a lot of women struggle with that. Like we learned very early on with attachment styles to like just make other people happy, right? And so sometimes when people start to heal and they start to want to understand themselves and honor themselves and ask for what they need, it can be kind of a fuck you culture, like self-love, like in spite of everybody else, like don't ask me for nothing, cancel culture type stuff, right? And I think that is another area where the pendulum has to kind of swing a little bit, because the humanity of relationships, like we need to experience discomfort and we need to experience compromise.
I see that a lot in like parenting narrative. We can't talk today. Thank you, Red River. Great side effects. I see that a lot in parenting dynamics in relationships. What I mean by that is that for a few years, you were seeing a lot of uptick in the happy mom, happy life sort of mentality and that mantra. And I think that went way too far in
like the fuck them kids kind of mindset.
No, it's not even fuck them kids, because fuck them kids, man. Sometimes, like, for real, they're so mean. However, I don't think fuck them kids and happy mom, happy life is the same mentality. I think fuck them kids is like you're overstimulated, you haven't eaten, your socks are wet, your kid's coming up to you with a booger and is like, Mom, look at this. And you're like, no, for real, fuck them kids, right? Like that's FTK mentality. I think happy mom, happy life is like, I'm going to do whatever serves my life and me best, because if I'm super, super happy, then hopefully my kids will get whatever runs over past my cup. And while I do think there's an element of like showing your kids that you're living a life that feels authentic to you, I don't think that your focus should be living a life that feels happy to you.
Okay.
I think that joy and happiness are two separate things. So this could be a vernacular issue, right? Like live a joy-filled life and that benefits your kids. But happiness to me can steer towards selfishness. Yeah. And your kids actually should be your primary focus in life. Absolutely. And I think sometimes we got a little far, and I don't know if this was the same thing that you're touching on in terms of like self-love, but I saw that and recognized that almost a little too late. I was making some choices in life like based upon that mantra and that mentality of like, no, if I'm happy, my kids will be happy. And I could have really ruined my kids and ruined their lives, and I set them back in ways that I will think about and forever relive.
Yeah. I think that in most
I don't
conversations.
have that mentality anymore. I just want the record to show.
Of course.
I have
of
grown
course.
up.
Yeah.
And now I do everything for my kids first and me second.
Your world revolves around your kids for sure. I will say that this conversation is different depending on who the audience is, right? Just like there could be somebody that that is sitting on my couch in my office, and I'm like, you really need to take like a day for yourself and relax and like prioritize yourself for once, because they just never do, and you're recognizing those signs of burnout, and that person is starting to be like overly irritable with their kids, with their husband, with their friends, with their coworkers.
FTK.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're just tapped out. They're done. There is no more bandwidth to give. And so helping them kind of clear that out and like reset the software, get the fucking viruses
Clear the
out.
cache.
Right. Like help them get back on track. But then if you're struggling with, severe depression and you're in bed and the only time you get out of bed is if you have something to do that gets you out of the house, or you know what I mean? Like, or like living a more dissociated, checked out, like I just want to go chase dopamine instead of being plugged in. Like that would not be my advice to that person. Wouldn't be, you just really need to take a day, and like it would be more, you need to get grounded and like reconnect and take the armor off and really build those connections in your own home so that you feel more related or more relatable, or like in like this exchange of frequency rather than just trying to do anything to check out. Mm-hmm. I know like early on in my divorce, I was just so dissociated. So lots of stimulation was actually what I preferred, just because it quieted the noise in my brain, right? And now I have such a different experience with life. And I think if I would have continued in that dissociated dopamine chasing state just to feel anything but to deal with the trauma that I had just walked away from, that would have not been ideal for my kids, right? They would not have ended up being well-adjusted, happy, poured into babies. So I think it is, and that's why I love that metaphor of the pendulum, because I think that we often overcorrect, and then we'll like overcorrect in the opposite direction, just fighting for our lives to try to figure out what balance looks like or what health looks like. And there is not one formula for everybody. I think it looks different depending on your background, depending on your level of trauma, depending on your personality type, depending on what makes you feel grounded and integrated. But I think what is related in both of these conversations that we're having is that we can, through language or over intellectualization or justification of bad behavior, just kind of stay stuck in unhealthy places rather than removing the language that helps us feel justified in our unhealthy attachment styles or our unhealthy coping skills or our addictive tendencies, or, pick one out of the bucket. Like we can justify anything with Google or ChatGPT. And I think sometimes we should just pause and feel more and connect to the people in our lives to figure out, where does co-regulation happen and where do I need to sit the fuck down?
Yeah,
right?
Or if you're a Taurus like me, feel less.
Yeah.
Feel so much less, because I'm actually not afraid of me.
Well, because romanticizing feelings is a thing, right? Like romanticizing.
Can I have an example of that?
Do you remember when we were talking about like, because I think there's a place for this, like yours was like,
don't use a, she gonna put me on blast.
When you were saying,
she gonna put me on blast on my own fucking podcast.
When you were saying that like you want to like read Kafka and turn the lights off and like cry and like listen to a record that makes you feel all the things that you're already feeling and like helps you feel understood and seen by the world, because you're not the only one who's ever felt that, right? Mm-hmm. There's a place for that. Yeah. But then there's also people who are like, I have to have heartbreak to write a good record, or I have to like to feel inspired. I need to hurt. Right. And sometimes you can just not do that.
All my best records that I've written have been after heartbreak.
Same. The only one is just real mad. Real mad.
Real big mad.
Big mad.
Big mad.
I was a mad mama. But yeah, I think I love that video, and I think a lot of us can relate, and I think the pendulum has swung really far with normalizing therapy and
so
making...
we can romanticize self-awareness
yeah,
to a
I
certain
think so.
extent.
Yeah.
I'm slow today, you guys. My brain's not firing at full speed. Like, we can over-romanticize this idea that you need to intimately be so familiar with yourself that you see how others see you.
Right.
That can skew towards maybe unhealthy coping skills or mechanisms. Like, it's not actually important how others perceive you or how you look to others. Mm-hmm. It's important of how you feel about yourself and if you're making progress to be the best self that you can be.
Absolutely.
Okay. That
Absolutely.
makes sense. Yeah.
And kind of like the metaphor that I see in my head is like taking the armor off, right? Like, okay, let's talk about like one of my favorite things to talk about, but that can be overutilized and romanticized and like taken to the extreme, boundaries.
I was going somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to talk about yours too, but like, I think a lot of times
Mine
like
was Mossad, and no one wants to. We don't have to talk about that today.
we can, you listen, I'm ready to pop off.
I'm on Peter Thiel's watch list. Let me tell you.
Listen, I am ready to
That man
like
knows where I'm at.
stop walking on the fence because I just try to like make sure that
I need to walk on the fence more.
all of my
I need to
like
get on
I
the
see a lot of
fence.
people from a lot of different walks of life, and I don't ever want to offend or like have people assume a certain thing about me because of how I feel. But there are just some topics lately that I could really pop off on, and maybe that's for another podcast.
Have you ever driven down 51? This is your perfect chance to just let it all out. I'm so sorry. I cut you off. Boundaries is
No, you're
actually
totally fine.
something more than Peter Thiel, Mossad, which look it up, everybody.
Yeah, you should.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Now my mind is in a very different box.
Oh.
Okay. So sometimes I think people can use boundaries as an excuse to like bypass or not actually deal with uncomfortable things in a relationship.
Oh my God.
Right?
No, they're just, they're just assholes sometimes.
Exactly.
They're just assholes
and they use the
sometimes.
term boundary or that
Yeah.
triggered me or I was just activated. No, like figure out how to regulate. And then let's co-regulate because we're doing life together.
Warren G is
And
on
then,
the scene.
and then let's move past this moment. Like we can't just call like a boundary. The definition of a boundary is what is okay, what is not okay. Like if somebody literally does something that is painful or hurtful, or you've repeatedly asked them to scale back, or it's like a bullying behavior, it's like abusive behavior, there's toxicity attached to it. But just being like, no, we don't talk about the fact that I drink too much because that's just a boundary for me. That's just my business. We're not going to talk about that. Like, that's not a boundary. That's avoidance, bitch.
Yeah, I was going to
Like,
bring that up. Like, sometimes you're just being avoidant.
Yes.
Like, it's not really a boundary.
Yeah.
You just don't want to do something.
Sometimes when you say you're disrespected, it might just be that somebody challenged you on something that feels really fucking hard to hear. Like, right?
I just hear that a lot.
You hear that from... What?
Just a lot of people are like, I feel disrespected. And I'm like, or are you a pussy? Like, which one is it? Whose boundary is which, right? Like, yeah. It's fine. We don't have to talk about it today. It's fine. I don't do well. She's like, you have really successful relationships. I'm like, name 5.
I don't
Don't
even...
name 5 on the air, but like in general. Name 5.
Oh, God bless.
Oh,
I mean, I'm glad that you and I have a successful relationship.
thank you. I'm glad to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've worked through hard moments.
We've worked through really hard moments. Yeah, for sure.
And I think sometimes you probably want to slap the shit out of me for
I want
pushing
you
the
to slap
conversation.
me.
No,
I want
I'm never
you
gonna
to
slap you.
me.
I can't do it.
I can't. It's a bit sad.
never.
It's a
Could
bit sad.
never.
Sometimes we'll go to the bar, me and Megan, Playboy Megan, and I like to play this little game of how far can I offend a man before they will either walk away and or check me. Mm-hmm. And so far, my record is pretty much like 12-0. My favor. Yeah, they don't
Get offended?
I don't. Sometimes they just. It's almost like scary. They either enjoy it or they don't know necessarily that I'm.
I think
shitting
often
on
it's
them.
that.
Yeah.
I think they don't get it.
Yeah.
They're not reading the room very
They're
well.
not very good at reading the room. What did
Yeah.
I ask someone the other day? I said,
They think you're flirting.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I literally looked at that man. I said, "Do you know what you do for work, bro?"
Oh my God, yeah. And he wanted to come on the podcast. He was like, yeah, actually, let me come and talk about it. He loved it. He was eating every second of it up.
No, I was like, "Oh, you should."
He did not get offended at all.
No.
He wanted more.
No.
You have his card, right?
I do have his card.
You should ask him if he'll do the hurricane shot with you.
He definitely would have clocked me for sure. I could have gotten him there.
I'm still envisioning just you clocking somebody. Like, I'm having a really hard time, like, coming up with that vision of somebody knocking the shit out of you. Yeah. So I think that in the realm of self-awareness, hyper self-awareness, in the realm of self-love and radical self-love versus like having human relationships, I think finding balance is really important, and hearing feedback from other people is really important. Like recognizing the struggle that you bring to relationships, or recognizing that you might be over intellectualizing and naming things rather than, like you said, feeling them, I think, or romanticizing feeling too much rather than moving forward, right? Like, I think we can have a lot of stuck points as human beings. And I think having meaningful conversations about what that looks like is a really important first step.
Yeah, I think you've given me a lot of hope in some moments. Like recently, a couple weeks ago, I was like really hung up on a situation where I felt like I was an awful person. And I was like, man, no, I can totally see why that group of people think I'm awful. Like I really am. And you were like, you actually had no idea what you were doing. And you were really open about the fact that you had no idea what you were doing. So can they really justifiably hate you for those actions? And that was really helpful for me to hear, because sometimes you do over intellectualize of like, oh man, I messed up. I'm such an awful person. I'm scum of the earth. Sometimes you just make mistakes.
I think you also have to remember that human beings are mirrors of each other. And a lot of times the hate that you catch from people is really just them fucking hating themselves. And
I think mine's warranted.
I think no. Okay, so I'm not taking away accountability. Yes, there are moments where we can mess up and we can say the wrong thing, or we can neglect our relationships and we can really hurt people, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you heard me on the pod.
I do agree that there's accountability, but I also think that like a healthy person isn't going to latch on to the 2 mistakes that you made and make that your entire identity. A healthy person is going to say, she's a human being.
Yeah.
Just like me. We all fuck up. We're all doing the best we can. And if we take one another's mess ups or face down moments less personally, then we're usually able to like stand up together and keep moving, rather than it be a relationship ending or like a total stuck point for us, right?
Yeah.
Like we can heal together, and it takes meaningful conversation, and it takes each individual working through their own stuff.
Yeah. My face feels funny. What is in those?
Are you okay?
What is in those? My face feels funny. I can overfeel my face.
Oh.
It feels like the tendons in my...
What is happening? All right. Very cool.
What time is it? Production?
5 till 3.
I just love him. You
just want to engage Chance.
I felt like Ellen DeGeneres for a minute. It was loving, I swear.
I love it. I love it. Okay, any other thoughts on this?
That's when you decide to blueberry muffin?
Did I blueberry muffin?
And hit me with direct eye contact?
Did I?
No.
I think I'm looking elsewhere.
She was like, that's the line. We can't address Chance's production.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I admit it.
I love talking to Chance. Yeah. Okay, so I think to kind of sum up this thought process, I think when we're in that realm and we're trying to understand ourselves or protect ourselves, I think just getting out of our own heads, getting grounded, as Megan likes to say, touch grass.
Touch grass.
Get out of your own head.
Touch it, eat it. Put it in a drink. I don't care. Touch grass.
But get regulated. Get back in body. Don't check out. Don't try to protect your peace to the point of just avoiding discomfort. Like, relationships are hard. Life is hard. It's okay to experience discomfort. There is a place for anxiety. There is a place for sadness. There is a place for anger. Don't run from emotions or try to over understand them. Sometimes just let them fucking be. Right? Yeah. We don't have to pick it all apart.
Not me during a Taurus supermoon. I should... that advice is going to apply in 3 weeks for me.
Yeah, for sure. No, maybe next week. The energy will dissolve.
It'll be...
And then we'll be in retrograde, and it'll be great. Is that how you cope and get grounded?
No, actually.
Vibrational frequency?
No, I swear, my vibrator died a year ago, and my ADHD self has never found the charger.
Oh, I don't ever know where the charger is to anything. I'm a purist.
Acoustic?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's suave.
Yeah.
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 I like that for you. Who has time? I just don't.
Oh, I definitely have time, but I just don't know where the charger is. So I'm just a purist. It works. It shakes out.
Yeah.
It's all going to shake out.
It all works out.
Our sign off has changed from stay weird motherfuckers to it's all going to shake out. It's going to be fine.
It's all shaking.
Shaking out.
It's all shaking.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
I'm sorry, Mom, for this one. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry for this one?
This one in particular.
I think
sorry,
you
Mom.
don't have anything to apologize for
I'm
on this
sorry,
one.
Mom.
You did great. You did great.
And she beats me with a sack of oranges if I don't say some of this stuff, and I'm not obnoxious. If I'm calm,
Be funnier.
she does. She does. She's like, can you quit your healed bullshit and be funny on this fucking podcast? But she won't slap me.
And sometimes she overcorrects and pops off.
Balance is hard for me. Okay, balance
Yeah.
is really hard for me.
It's a persistent pursuit.
Yeah,
of
if I'm not obnoxious,
balance and saffrosine.
she beats me with lemons.
I could never, clearly. Well, thank you guys so much. We will see you. Hopefully, we're back on a weekly schedule now. Yeah? We'll see you next week.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't notice we were off. Like, it's bad.